They put a hotel on my land while I was gone. Not only did they steal my property, they bulldozed the sacred place where I laid my wife's ashes. The HOA president smirked when I confronted her, slapped a trespassing notice into my hand for my own home, and said, "You should have checked your mail." They believed. The fight was over. What they didn't know was that buried inside my wife's old paperwork was a legal time bomb, one mistake that would make me the lawful owner of their entire hotel. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. And if you believe no homeowner should ever be bullied by a power-hungry HOA, hit subscribe because you're about to watch their empire collapse. The drive home should have felt good. 6 months away was already 6 months too long. I'd gone north to help my sister after her husband died, leaving my quiet lakeside property empty and still. The highway turnoff hadn't changed. But a few miles down the county road, something felt wrong. The trees were thinner. The road was wider, freshly paved in a way that screamed new money. I slowed, searching for the split rail fence marking the edge of my 20 acres. It was gone. Instead, a spotless white vinyl fence stood there, something you'd expect in a gated subdivision, not deep in the woods. Then I saw the sign, a professionally printed banner stretched between posts. A preserve at Jensen Lake, an exclusive HOA community. It's Jensen Lake, my grandfather's name. The name printed on my deed. My heart began pounding, heavy and slow. I turned onto what used to be my gravel driveway. It's now widened into a service road wide enough for cement trucks. And there they were, 2 of them, idling where my workshop in tall pines once stood. Was something my mind refused to accept. A massive 3-story structure wrapped in Tyvek, windows already being installed. It was a lodge or a hotel. Balconies face the water. The foundation nearly touched the shoreline. HOA banners snapped from the unfinished roof. Nearby, a sales tent stood with another sign, now leasing lakefront luxury rentals. This had to be a mistake. An impossible one, but I knew the slope of that hill, the curve of the shoreline. This was my land. I parked and stepped out, feeling like I'd walked into someone else's nightmare. Construction workers unloaded drywall. I approached one, a tired-looking man about my age. "Can you tell me what's going on?" I asked. "This is my property." He glanced between me and the building. "This is the new HOA lodge," he said. "Phase 1 expansion." I shook my head. "No, this land belongs to me." Tom Jensen shrugged. "All I know is Linda from the HOA told our boss it was abandoned. Said the county took it back." Abandoned. The word echoed. I hadn't abandoned anything. I'd buried my brother-in-law. I started walking the perimeter. My grandfather's steel property pins, sunk in concrete 60 years ago, were gone. Not missed, ripped out. Then I saw it. The lone pine near the water was gone, reduced to a raw stump. Beneath it, under a stone marker I'd carved myself, were Maggie's ashes. A concrete foundation. Nell sat on top of her resting place. This wasn't an accident. The name the worker mentioned was Linda Marks, HOA president. I knew her. Clipboard queen. Lawn height tyrant. I drove straight to her immaculate corner lot. She opened the door holding coffee, that realtor smile already in place. "Tom, welcome back to the new preserve." My hands shook. "There's a hotel on my land." She sipped slowly. "We sent certified letters. When you didn't respond, the board moved forward." She spoke like I was a child. "The county now recognizes the parcel as abandoned. Adverse possession. Perfectly legal. You should have answered your mail." She enjoyed it. I left without a word and went straight to county records. The clerk pulled a thick file, all filed in the last 4 months, variances, waivers, transfers. Then I saw it, Linda's signature, notarized by her cousin. This wasn't just theft. It was corruption. They assumed I'd roll over. They were wrong. I filed a formal property dispute by the book. Let them think I trusted the system. The next morning, a sheriff blocked my driveway. HOA says you're trespassing. The deputy said. He showed me a plat map, my land redrawn. My name replaced with an LLC I'd never heard of. I was a trespasser on my own porch. That afternoon, Linda sent an email blasting me to the HOA, calling me an absentee disruptor, threatening property values. Neighbors stared. Some believed her. Others hesitated. Then Rick showed up, a plumber from the HOA. She told everyone you sold the land, he said. People were excited. At least one person knew it was wrong. That night, I found a deed box in my shed. Inside, the Jensen family land trust Maggie had insisted on it years ago. The land wasn't mine. It belonged to the trust. They'd filed against the wrong owner. They'd built a hotel on land they didn't legally touch. The game changed. I called a surveyor, Dale Morrison, by dawn. He found the original corner pin. The real property line cut straight through the middle of the hotel. 80% of it sat on trust land. Forgery. Fraud. Then Nina Torres, city inspector, confirmed the permit was based on a community shed variance, not a commercial lodge, to smoking guns. Still, I waited. Linda sent a cease and desist. I smiled while she threatened. I filed trustee authority. Then I walked into city records and pulled the permit. Stamped. Suspended construction stopped instantly. Linda panicked. She called an emergency. HOA meeting live streamed perfect at the meeting. She bragged. Claimed victory. Walked in quietly. Nina confirmed the permit. Suspension live. Linda unraveled. She threatened lawsuits. I walked out calm. Because I knew something else. HOAs don't pay. Cash, they borrow. And I now owned the loan. I bought the lender's stake quietly. The land, the building, the debt. Mine at her investor preview party. I handed Linda an eviction notice. Then I handed her the loan transfer. Silence. She threw a champagne glass, hitting her own VP. The crowd saw everything. That night, Linda broke into my workshop. Rick's wildlife camera caught it all. The arrest happened at 4 p.m. in front of her. Neighbors. Handcuffs. Viral video. Empire gone. The HOA collapsed at the lodge, became a community center for veterans. I replanted Maggie's pie. A plaque read, Maggie's view, always home. They tried to take my land, so I took back everything they built on it and gave it to the people who actually earned it.